EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Slot man moves right. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line. Here's Howell. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And Howell will throw it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Howell looking to throw again. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
13-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and 11.
Go, go, let's go. Go, go. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Tyrique Stevenson picks it off. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Howell completing the quick throw out wide. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Howell. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Commanders 14, Jaguars nothing. And McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11. Take right open.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
30 left. Silver.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Tyrique Stevenson picks it off. Well, I have to say that I've never, ever seen this one before. They get the interception, but instead of taking the football, they accept the penalty.
But Brandon, you ever heard the term overthinking it? Because that's what it feels like to me. They had the interception. Why are you going to turn that one back? I'm really curious to hear what the explanation would be for making that decision.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And that'll be incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
11, Agate.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done is touchdown!
A great play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49.
11.
21-0 our score after 1.
The score. Commanders 21. Jaguars.
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Here we go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage. The tackle made back at his own 49.
Easy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Hey, go. 11. Go. Silver.
And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down. And they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
I tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
All right, let's go.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do come up with their first points of the game. But, Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
Fights forward at the 20. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. Touchdown, Washington. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Jaguars 3. Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
31-yard line.
Now Lawrence changing the play.
Go, let's go. Here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Silver.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. On second down, here's Lawrence.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Down the left sideline. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Hey, go.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Rolling to his right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
Hey.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's trying to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4th.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Go, go.
They're going to try and throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, I see you reaching for a white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Touchdown! Mark Andrews with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Commanders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Lawrence will throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
And go in the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control. Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 59 yards.
And the Commanders extend their lead yet again.
That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Jaguars 3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. ETN up the middle. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Following the penalty, they'll go back back to the run game.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it.
And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
How about this? And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hal now to throw it. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
And once more, Hal back to the air. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because Someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. It's Howell with another throw.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
A gain of 5 yards leads to 4th down and goal.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 Lion.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand.
Hey, Lion.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that flag accepted.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would. They throw it out right complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On red. Let's go, let's go.
And they take a knee.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by